ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ॐ या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा पूजिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ Okay. So we've been listening and understanding the summary of the second chapter. It's been quite long because many of these concepts had to be clarified, right? So in this chapter, we have completed Arjuna Sharanagati, then we have completed Jnana Yoga, then we have completed Karma Yoga. Okay, and I had mentioned mainly karma to karma yoga is dropping your raga dvesha attachment and doing the karma as Ishwararpana buddhi, and whatever karma phala comes, take it as prasada bhavana. In short, if we reduce this individuality and ego and see that many beneficiaries are there, that karma can become karma yoga. Okay. And once karma becomes karma yoga, automatically karma yoga will give you chitta shuddhi. Chitta shuddhi is jnana yogyata. With jnana yogyata, learning from a proper sampradaya with guru for a period of time consistently is shravanam. Clarifying the doubts is mananam. And then changing that habit is nididhyasana. First is emotional balance, then very clearly mumukshutvam, from mumukshutvam jnanam, then jnana nishtha. And once you have the jnana nishtha, that means at every point of time, aham eva brahma asmi, aham eva ishwaraha asmi, aham eva anandaha asmi. I do not depend on the world for anything because I know the world is not capable of giving me anything, and I don't need anything because I have everything. That state of mind, feeling, and attitude is jnana nishtha, which will be there at all the time, irrespective of the situation. And once that you become a jnana nishtha, that is called Jivan Muktaha. Jivan Muktaha. Jivan Muktaha means I am free here and now. No more samsara for me. Why? Samsara comes only when there is any desire. Once raga dvesha is there, then based on the karma phala, you will get another samsara. If desire itself is not there, then there is no question of samsara. Okay. So that no samsara, and samsara here means punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. That is samsara. And akhandakara, anandaha, every moment I am very, very happy. Bhayam nasti, nirbhaya, no fear from anything or anyone. Just waiting to give off this mortal body once my prarabdha karma also ends. With jnanam, sanchita karma and agami karma is completely burnt off. We have seen it in Tattva Bodha. Then prarabdha karma continues. Nalini dalagata jalavat. It is just like a frickle, just holding on to that till, because you can't die till you live. You will die when you have to die. Once prarabdha gets over, you will die. Till that, you hold on to the body. Nothing more than that. And you continue doing good service to people, doing dharma, doing the right thing, because that is your nature. It is not different from you. Whatever you do will be only dharmika. Whatever you do will only be good for benefit for everyone in an absolute sense. Although that person may feel that no, it could have been better, because they will look every time what this jnani is doing from their own ragadvesha. And their own ragadvesha may be wrong. But whatever the jnani is doing, either teaching or doing or some way or the other, there are different ways how this jnanis, because you cannot predict how they are going to give you the best what is needed for you. And like that, you just wait till you get Videha Mukti. Okay. Now, having said this, our Arjuna gets one question, and it's a very, very genuine question. He says, Krishna, you told all this. I can imagine, I'm adding my masala here. He did not say this. I can imagine how a karma yogi will be. But I cannot imagine how a jnana nishta person will be. Will he sleep? Will he eat? Will he sit with everyone? Will he take bath? Will he walk with two legs? Will he interact in the society? I have so many questions, because from Arjuna's perspective, he doesn't know someone who is jnana nishta. A jnani, he doesn't know anyone. Okay. And the biggest jnani is in front of him. Still he has not recognized. Because if he knows Krishna is jnani, this question would not have come, right? So it is pure ignorance by Arjuna. He thought, because what happens is normally, whenever, see, the whole idea is what? I have a certain ability, I have a certain personality, I do something to change it. I was ignorant, I learned, I got jnanam, I got jnana nishta, now I am jnani. Then obviously the next question will come. I need to now apply this jnanam to benefit. Because jnanam is theory, correct? Okay. He has imagined that he will apply something and he will continue to do something and get certain benefit. For example, if you do yoga over a period of time, you will get certain siddhi. You will get certain powers, you will get certain siddhis, which are naturally you can get it by just doing sadhanas, right? Like that, Arjuna is imagining that if something called jnana sadhana is done by the jnani, he will then achieve some power or something. I can't imagine. Wherever he walks, will there be an aura behind his head? So all this, I'm just adding certain things for you to imagine now what Arjuna's mind would be there. So Arjuna asks the question to Krishna in the 51st shloka. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. Sthita prajna. Sthita or sthira, both are same. Sthirata, prajna in sthirata is jnani, jnana nishtha. Or sthita dhihi. Dhi means buddhi. One whose mind and the buddhi is established is sthita dhi. One whose mind is firmly on it is called sthita prajna. His actions will always be with that prajna only, with that wisdom. He will never miss it. He is fully established in it. Okay. So, sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava. Sthita dihi kim prabhasheta. How does he speak? Kima asita. How does he sit? Kim vrajeta. How does he walk? From that itself, you can understand he is imagining now this person is going to behave differently. How do I recognize him? मतलब सब लोग ऐसा ही है तो how do I know who is this person? So sthita prajna lakshanani, sthita prajna lingani. You need to get some cues how to understand that this person is sthita prajna. It is another point that only that person will know whether he is sthita prajna or not. But for us, what? If we see someone who is expressing that behavior which we understand from the Shastra, then we can tell that, okay, this person probably is a Sthita Prajna, is a Jnani. Correct? So to understand, you need to know the cues. How to understand? And that is the very genuine question which our Arjuna had. And Bhagavan gives beautifully from the 52nd shloka to the 72nd shloka, mainly up to the 70th shloka, he gives Sthita Prajna Lakshanani, Sthita Prajna Sadhanani. How to be a Sthita Prajna, the sadhanas to become Sthita Prajna. He gives even that. So the first 3 shlokas are Lakshana, again last 2 shlokas are Lakshana, and in between 8 shlokas are sadhanas. And then he closes the chapter with a final statement, and then that's how the second chapter ends. Okay, now let us see how Bhagavan is actually telling. And before going ahead, I will read it out once. So if you have your book, you can have a look at it. Arjuna uvacha sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya kechava sthita di kim prabhasheta kimasita vracheta kim. Shri Bhagavan uvacha prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha Sthita prajnastadochyate dukkeshvanudvignamanaha sukheshu vigataspruhaha vitaragabhaya krodhaha sthitadir muniruchyate yas sarvatra nabhisnehaha tattat prapya shubhashubham nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratisthita Yada samharate chayam kurmonganiva sarvashah indriyani indriyarthebhyah tasya prajna pratisthita vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinah rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate yatato hyapi kaunteya पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इंद्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठितः ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगस्तेषूपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति रागद्वेषवियुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशुः बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चावाभयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम् इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः आपूर्यमाणमचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत्कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी विहाय कामान्यः पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति. Like that, so many shlokas are told. It is very, very important, this part. I will strongly recommend, if you are able to by heart this, understand the meaning of this, and the more you ponder in it, automatically sadhana chatushtaya sampatti will come. See, whatever is the behavior of a Stithah prajna becomes a goal for the person who is in the path of jnana yogyata. Understand this clearly. Whatever is the nature of the jnani always remains as, because he is the role model, I will take his lakshanas as my goal. I will put effort to achieve it. Correct? More and more I put effort to achieve it, more and more I am moving in that path of spirituality. But for a jnani, effortlessly, this is his nature. He doesn't have to put an effort. That is why he is a jnani. I have to put effort. I have to fight my raga dvesha, and I have to put effort for moving in that and keep on improving it. So whatever a jnani's nature is, that becomes ajnani's goal. Correct? Don't ask what is the goal of jnani. He doesn't need a goal because that is his nature. Okay? That behavior is so natural that every time when you see it, you'll say, oh my God, this is the difference, Our thinking is like this, his thinking is like that. That difference, the more we see it, the more we would want to go towards it. For that, we should be aware of what it is. And this is very beautifully given in these verses. Gives Jnani's lakshanam, how he has to maintain. That is why they say growing is okay, but maintenance is difficult. You can come to a particular level, but maintaining that is tougher than actually reaching there. Even for a jnani, Krishna very clearly gives a big word of caution. If the jnani is not a real, the other way around is what? If the person slips, he is not a jnani. That jnana nishtha has not happened. And there are many people who have come to that level, tried, and then fallen down also. There are people. Because it is not easy to be that. Only when you are completely into it, then you can say you are a jnana nishtha. Let us see what it is. And then you will understand. Okay. He says, Stithah prajnyasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava stitadih kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim. So the first two shlokas, he beautifully defines what are the lakshana of jnanis. He says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmani eva atmana tushtaha. He is at all times satisfied by himself. He doesn't need kaman. He doesn't have any desire. He doesn't need any desire to get satisfied. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha. Sarvan kaman. That means, you can achieve a particular desire by two ways. One way of achieving your desire is by keeping on chasing it. You'll keep on achieving it, right? Today I need 1 lakh. I chase it. I put effort. I get it. Then I need 10 lakhs. Then I go to 1 crore. So that will keep on happening. So you put effort, you achieve it. You put effort, you achieve it. Why did you achieve it? To feel happy, to be contented. Okay. The person who is trying to use desire to achieve it believes that happiness is outside him. But the person who is happy within at all times, for him, where will any desire be there? Because he knows that desire is not going to give him anything, so he will not have it at all. Again, that is natural. Okay. Karatala bhikshas tarutala vasaha. Karatala bhiksha. He has got instant vessel preparing ability. Anyone gives bhiksha, ready vessel is rare. Karatala bhikshaha, over. Khaliya, hath doya, tarutala vasaha. Below the tree, lie down. Kaupinavantaha khalu bhagyavantaha. Ever satisfied. He doesn't need any desire yet to be satisfied. Eka jnanena sarva jnanam bhavati. One tripti will take care of all the triptis. This one tripti can take care of all the triptis. Think about it. So you have two ways to achieve it. One, by following it up and trying to achieve, you will have a problem of atripti karatva. Tripti will never come. The other way is when you drop it, everything you drop it, it is not suppression. Huh? Please be very, very clear. It is not suppression. It is dissolving the desire. In the earlier one, you are trying to resolve the problem. Here you are dissolving the problem. That it is not arising at all. Why? I I have devalued it, that it has got no meaning in my life. Then why does he do something? After Jnanam, then why does he do something? There is no desire, right? Then why is he doing something? He should be simply keeping quiet till he dies. It is like how 5-day test series India Pakistan. First two matches India has won. Third match Pakistan wins. Fourth match India has won. Will you play the fifth match or not? What is your attitude while playing the fifth match? Let me enjoy the game. I'm tension free. I don't need to win or lose anything. Let me just enjoy the sport. So I will play it. It's a fight. It's a 5-day, 5 series match, right? I can't say after 4 because I have won the fifth one is not required. No, the fifth one is also be played. Till Janma is there, he will continue to do the karma, but as a sport, enjoying it, Leela. No more driven by the result of it. Are we able to get this? In karma yoga itself, he has dropped the desire. What to ask after getting jnana nishtha? Think. Karma yoga training is reduce it as much as you want, your ragadvesha. With jnana nishtha, if that ego itself is gone, individuality is completely merged with everything, then where is the question of any desire? That is why we say that whatever he does is Ishvara's desire now, to get it done through him. He just becomes an instrument to do it. That's all. He doesn't have his desire. Ishvara's activity has to continue, right? So that becomes a way he will just continue to be doing it. Are we able to get this? Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmani eva atmana tushtaha. Does not depend on anything external, neither his body nor his mind. Aham Atma Brahma Anandam Asmi. Simple. Okay. Then Dukkheshu Anudvignamanaha. That is the next trait he is giving. Sukheshu Vigata Sprihaha. Vita Raga Bhaya Krodaha Stitadihi Munihi Uchyate. Dukkheshu Anudvignamana. Any dukkha, everyone will feel that's a big dukkha which has come. He will not succumb to it at all. See, when you say dukkheshu anudvignamana, just imagine, jnani, he has got 4th degree cancer. Doctor has said we can't do anything now. Leave it to God. He only smiles. Before the cancer coming itself, I had left it to God. Then where is the question of this cancer? This is Bhagavan's prasadam for me. Now the point is, will it pain him or not? Will the cancer pain him or not? Physical pain, will it be there or not? What will be our response to such pain? Are we able to get this? What will be his response to the pain? Pain is there. Yeah. He will just say, Asti jayate vardate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati iti shadvikaravate etas stula shariram. It is going to go. Shariram means shariryate iti shariram. Sad ke jane wale wo sad raha hai. What is the big deal about it? Are we able to get this? So when there is a depressing situation, he will not get depressed. Same way, sukheshu vigata sprihaha. When some Great thing has happened, he will not jump. That means equanimous mind. Sukha dukhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayo. That was the first teaching which Krishna gave Arjuna. After Jnanam, come to Karma Yoga. So this is what it is. Sukheshu vigata spriha vita raga bhaya krodha. Raga bhaya krodha. Nothing. All the three are not there. Think about it. A person who will never get angry, will never have any of his own ways of this is how it should be. No, nothing. No fear from anything. Such a person is called Stithah, and he is a Muni. Muni. Why will any the Sukha and Dukkha not work for him? Tell me. That person only is a Jnani who has completely burnt off his Sanchita and Agami karma. The current Prarabdha karma is also devalued it. That is why he has got Jivan Mukti when he is alive at that time when the Jnanam becomes Paripakva. Right? If that Sukha and Dukkha is still there, he is not a Jnani. Are you able to say? See, it is like saying that, oh, that sunlight is dark. Is it anytime possible? Sunlight means darkness is not there. Light itself means darkness is not there. Like that, if you say Jnani, that person who doesn't have anything called Sukha and Dukkha, he doesn't see anything more than one. Dvaitat bhayam bhavati. If there are two, then only bhaya will come. He knows I am the only Brahman in this whole cosmos. Everything is that only Brahman. From where there is a fear? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, anyatra krita, nothing. There is no anya at all. That anya word is erased off from the dictionary, from the vocabulary. Are you getting it? From where bhayam is coming? Suppose someone will come, I will kill you. You are Bhagavan's gift to me. I was waiting when this prarabdha will also go. Please, I am waiting for you. I will put you in the jail. I am already in the jail. This body is a jail. That langot which you are wearing, I will take even that. Paramanandam, take. You have Purna Darshana. That langot I was wearing for you only. You tell anything, it will not work. That is why these people will not have any law because they are law embodied. They will never break any law. When do we consider law different and ourselves different? When I have an individuality and I have to follow a law. When I am the law, it is like saying that Bhagavan Vishnu is going to break the law. Huh? He is the one who is holding the law and you are saying he is going to break the law. Impossible. That will never happen. Are we getting it? So, Vita Raga Bhaya Krodaha, nothing is there. Stithadi, he is just Atmani Eva Atmana Tushtaha. Very contented, whatever it is at every time. Okay. Then how will his behavior be? Yes, Sarvatra Anabhisneha. Pure love for each and every person. Any person, he will have Anabhisneha. Sarvatra. To everything, every life, he will have love. If they are in pain, he will be in pain. He will feel that pain. He will empathize that pain because he says, You can't do anything. For you, prarabdha is there, correct? You value the prarabdha, you're in dukkha. I will pray for you. But he will not do miracles because that person has to exhaust his karma phala. But he will empathize with that person. Pure love, genuine need, what you want will be given without asking. Like the mother gives the child without the child asking. Whatever is appropriate for the child to nurture the child and grow the child. Like that he will be. Tat tat prapya shubha ashubha. He will never get anything shubha or ashubha. Right? That such words are not there in his dictionary at all. No vocabulary. What is shubham and ashubha? Okay. Na abhinandati, na dveshti. He will not do abhinandana also, neither he will pull down a person. Or if anyone does his abhinandana, no difference will happen. If anyone says, तुमको मैं चप्पल का हार डालू, thank you. Again the answer is the same, thank you. Not dveshti, he will never think ill about anyone. It seems in Mahabharata when it is written, when Duryodhana was sitting and Yudhishthira, they were sitting for that game of dice. Okay, it seems that Duryodhana asked the Pandavas to remove all their precious gems and robes and everything and say that तुम छोटा सा वो पंचा डाल के बैठ जाओ. You just wear a loin cloth and sit now. Everyone were getting so angry about it. And there, what was Yudhishthira thinking is been mentioned. Yudhishthira's mind was thinking, this is, when a small child disrobes a father and enjoys that. Like that, this my dear Duryodhana is doing it. Are we able to see what the thought process is now? Any normal person will never even think it can be like this. Pure love, that's all. Nothing negative can come out of me. Not dveshti. I can never think there is something called bad is not at all there in my dictionary. Okay. Tasya prajnya pratishtita. In that wisdom is established. How is his behavior? Yada samharate chayam kurmongani va sarvashaha indriyani indriyarthebhyaha tasya prajnya pratishtita. He is like the tortoise. The pancha indriyas, when needed, how much needed, will be going out to do their job. After that, it will be pulled in like the tortoise pulls all the five and goes into the shell. Yada sammarate chayam kurmongani va sarvashaha. Not required, gone in. Then what he does? Indriyani indriyarthebhyaha. All that indriya and indriyartha, that means indriya, the instrument, and vishayas are completely mastered by this prajna. He is established in this prajna. You can't lure him with any of this pancha jnanendriya. उसको एक स्वीट ज्यादा दे दो, एक उसका बारे में अच्छा बोलो, nothing will work because he knows when to withdraw, very clearly withdraw. Okay. विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोप्यस्य. Vishaya, he will not get stuck into the object. Vinivartante niraharasya dehina. Through body, through the mind, will not get stuck. That means Shama and Dama is at the highest level. Rasa Varjam. He will do things for the need. खाना खाने का है for the need to live. not for enjoyment. Rasa varjam. Okay, this rasa is ananda. Some people enjoy meditation. The more I do meditation, I enjoy it. That is also rasa. Rasa swada, it is coming. One of the problems in antaranga sadhana. You start enjoying, then you get stuck with it. That is why rasa varjam is given. He will not have rasa swada, even of that. Not only bad, good, anything. No excessive indulgence, because whatever is required minimum by that body, only it will be there. Nothing additional. Param drishtva na nivartate. He doesn't say anything as other. Swayam param drishtva na nivartate. Now Krishna gives a very clear caution, word of caution now. He says, in case there can be a person who is not very paripakwa, there are very high chance that if he cannot maintain, he will fall down. And you know how Adi Shankara explains this in Viveka Chudamani. He says, imagine from a multi-storied building, if I on the top of that 7th story or 10th story, if I take marbles and just leave it, where will it go and stop? Like that, this person's downfall will be there. By mistake, he doesn't have this controls. It will not be a slow, ऐसा गिरेगा कि वापस उठ के खड़ा रहना बहुत मुश्किल रहेगा. बट अगर समझ के वापस खड़ा हुआ, because he knows the path, he will quickly come up also. But otherwise, for a normal person, the fall is also small, the upliftment is also small. But for this person, because he is from a height, the fall is going to be very bad. That means he has to be always on the guard that he should not indulge in something by mistake where it will fall. We have examples. Mr. Vishwamitra, tapasya karte raho. One Menaka, one Ramba, dhar 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 niche. Vapas beto tapasya karo. These are examples given. They are all what? Jnanis. But how many times fallen and again gone up? Fallen and again gone up. That itself becomes a habit. चलो उतरने वाले ना, आई नो कैसा चढ़ने का, चलो वापस जाएगी. Doesn't make sense. So he clearly says, Vishaya Yatato Hyapi, in case Yatataha Api, if that Yati, a Yati is a person who will have full control. That is why Yati, another meaning of Yati is a person who is a wandering monk. As per Sannyasa Ashrama, they cannot stay for more than 48 hours in one place. Why? If someone gives morning coffee for 2 days, the third day the tongue will ask, where is the coffee? To avoid it, they will just go away. I will not get stuck. I will move ahead. Okay. यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः. अगर वो उल्टा हो गया, इंद्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसवं मनः. Those indriyas will abduct that mind with jnanam. उसका तो मतलब पूरा वाट लगा देगा the indriyas. You understand? It is not that. See, many a times when we are learning to drive a vehicle, suddenly you will see that the vehicle is actually driving me. I am not controlling it. Suddenly, then you apply some brake to understand whether you are driving it or the vehicle is driving you. When it is going in some speed, suddenly you see that I am not doing anything. The vehicle is actually driving me. So you have to always be with that guard. Who is the driver and who is being driven? Okay. And for that, such situations, when it comes, you have to immediately become alert. Okay, I am the driver. Go back to 2 shlokas before. Yada sammarate chayam kurmongani. Oh, I am the driver. I know I can pull it in anytime I want. I will not lose control. Correct? So he says, in case even a yati, if he becomes indriyani pramadhini, his mind will be abducted instantaneously. You know, uh, in there is a very nice shloka in Durga Saptashati. In one of that, it comes very nice. It is Durke Sprata Harati Viti Masyesha Janto Daridra Dukha Bhayaharani Kartum Sarvamangala Mangalyeshu. No. Anyway, I'll tell you that later. Even the great Munis pray to Devi that protect us from only this. We do not know when we can slip. Protect us from that. We are worried only of that, nothing else. Okay. And very clearly, that is why he has touched this point. When you say a jnana nishtha, yatato hyapi kaunteya indriyani pramatini. Now he says, he gives further examples what happens. He takes it ahead. He blows this because what? This is the most, the strength of a chain is always at the weakest point. What determines the strength of the chain? The weakest link determines the strength of the chain. And this is the weakest link. Indriya, Indriyartha, Mana. Shama and Dama is the weakest link. If that is taken care, everything will be in its place. Because slipping ka chance idhar hi hai. Very clearly. See the next one, what he says. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asita matparaha वशे ही यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठा. उसको पकड़ के enslave them. Sarvani samyamya, just be with full moderation, equanimous mind. Samyami. Samyami means jnana nishtha, being steadfast there, not moving here and there. Okay. Yukta asita matparaha. Be firm, what you have to do, only do that and that's it. Vashehi yasya indriyani. Don't become a slave of your own indriyas. Tasya prajnya pratishtita. In case, he gives a big another caution. He tells how it happens. Suppose by mistake, because the mind can go, indriya can go. See, understand one thing. What comes first is beyond your control. It's a very simple thing. When I am walking, a beautiful lady can come, which is beyond my control. My eyes will see beyond my control, because that is natural. A handsome person will come, I will see beyond my control. The question is, after that what? The rest, what is going to happen, is fully within your control. So far as you are saying that yes, you are able to appreciate that, okay, this is Ishvara Srishti, this is also there, over. See, you remember I mentioned very clearly what is Jiva Srishti and Ishvara Srishti. When I convert Ishvara Srishti to Jiva Srishti, then the problem starts. If it remains as Ishvara Srishti, no problem. So far as that particular iPhone is there in the shop, I have no problem to do window shopping in Viviana Mall. But the moment I see that iPhone and one thought comes, oh, this is a nice phone. That this is a nice phone is not coming out of Ishvara Srishti. If you say it is a nice phone, And it is greatness of Ishvara that he is able to make such phones again and again. It remains in Ishvara's Srishti. But the moment you say, anyway, I am a Swamiji, I have no problem, I have all control. What is the problem if one phone is there? Now you understand what happens. So from Ishvara Srishti, it has come to my Srishti, which is called Vishaya now. Correct? The moment how we go see, Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha, when a person starts thinking about that Vishaya, just thought, that phone is good. That is where the whole thing is. If you can nip it at that point, you will not go ahead. But if you allow it, if you nurture it, that fall starts how you see. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha Sangaha Teshu Upajayate. Then attachment to that comes. One dhyana of that Vishaya, see that attachment. The whole advertisement industry is working on this principle. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha, bombardment. They will make you 15 times you will not have seen, but the 16th time you will say, इतना बार आया ना, एक बार क्या है तो वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखे, तुम फंस गए. ध्यायतो विषयान पुंसः संगस्तेषु उपजायते. The moment that sangaha comes, sangha means what? Yogaha. Yunjate mana uta yunjate. That joining of mind with that Vishaya. Yunjate mana uta yunjate. So beautifully Vedas tell what is yoga. That joining. That is called Sangaha Teshu Upajayate. I superimpose a Sangha. That means ये दोनों को पकड़ के मैंने अच्छा टाइट मंगलसूत्र बांध के बोला अभी इसको छोड़ने का नहीं. Are we understanding? Only when we tell it like that, that is the time you are realize कि every small thing is being going in that depth in our mind. What happens after that? Sangat sanjayate kamaha. I told after the 15th time of the advertisement, slowly, why not think about it? Over. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Once it is kamaha, kamat krodho vijayate. Once krodha comes, krodhat bhavati sammohaha, delusion. If that girl is not there in my life itself is not there. Now you understand? As though that girl and you were born only for each other. Both Bhagavan had told, this girl only is there, that is why you are also being born. You both only have to get married, otherwise there is no sarthaka of your life. That is the way that mind will start working. हम 7 जन्म ने 70 जन्म से साथ में आए, इसके लिए ये जन्म में भी साथ में आए और साथ में ही मरेंगे. That attachment is so strong, correct? So any attachment like this, kamat krodho vijayate, krodhat bhavati sammohaha, delusion, absolute delusion. And once delusion comes, you have already seen in the first chapter what happened to Arjuna. Smriti vibhramaha. What I learned, what my knowledge, what my experience was there, what my samskaras were there, completely gets covered. When EQ is low, IQ is fully covered. When mind is very strong, heart is very strong, brain becomes gulam. It will start doing haji for the mind. It will start justifying. Like that person who says, if we don't smoke, how will the tobacco companies survive? The mind has started working. The brain has started working for the mind now. Intellect is joining the mind now. Correct? Okay. Let me tell you that shloka. Suddenly it came to my mind now. Jnaninamapi chetamsi Devi Bhagavati Hisa Balat Akrishya Mohaya Mahamaya Prayachati. Jnaninam, all jnanis api also chetamsi, beware. That is what he is saying here. Jnaninam api chetamsi yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha. देवी भगवती ही सा बलात् आकृष्य, मुझे ऐसा खींच रहा है, सच अ मैग्नेटिक पावर इट इज देयर विद दिस विषय, महामाया प्रयच्छति, आई विल बिकम मोहित इन दैट, जस्ट लीव इट, help me that I should resist from it. Without you I cannot resist, protect me from that. If jnanis, this is the condition, what to talk about we ajnanis? We are so ignorant that we do not even know what is luring our mind, and we feel that is all correct. 24 hours in a day we are behind that only. What happened? Next day bigger problem has come, nothing more. I have not gone ahead, और भी अंदर कीचड़ में फंसते जा रहा हूं. That is our condition. We have to first learn to stop that, then only growth can come. Any WhatsApp, any Instagram, any Facebook, any email, everything is just vishayaha vishayaha. And above that what we say, ये थोड़ा टाइम पास के लिए जरा व्हाट्सएप देख लेता हूं. टाइम पास? अरे टाइम किधर से तुम्हारे पास पास करने को? See how we justify it, including me. I am no different. We fool ourselves. Yeah, tell me, Lali.
Unfortunately, I am in the field of aesthetic design, wherein I try to make products wherein, to the same point, I want to attract people to my product and buy my product. I am into car design, so I'm just trying to correlate as to, am I the one who's trying to make this papam increase in this world?
If you will not, one minute.
The point.
If you will not do it, someone else will do it.
Yeah,
the question is, am I so gullible?
Right.
Even if you have not done it, the nature does it. So many products are there in the nature. The nature advertises it so much. We are trying to mimic it with products. We are only adding to muck a lot to it, but the nature itself, when you see, it is with such a lot of diversity, such a lot of so many things which are so attractive. Right?
True.
So, see, while doing our job, we should not blame. But I should not be gullible to that, is what every person should think. That's a particular job. It needs to be done. It is like saying, how? What will the person who is working in a smashana pray? Bhagwan, और आने दो बकरा. Yeah. He is going to pray that way, right? Because his earnings are dependent on that. Right? There is nothing wrong, because you should not get attached to it. That's the only thing. Doing anything other way, I'm saying, what are all these sadhus promoting various ways of getting people hooked on to all this shastras or whichever way? Aren't they actually doing an advertisement of it? Aren't they making a creative content out of it? I have this particular sadhana, I have this particular technique, this can give you which others cannot give. What does that mean? The world was always doing it and will continue to do it. The question is, am I going to get stuck to it? Yeah, that's the question. Even if you don't do it, or even if no ad people were there, nature was always advertising and is always advertising. कोई बोला ना इधर का कम गिरा तो ऊपर से उर्वशी आई, ऊपर से रंबा आई ना, इधर नहीं थी कोई. So विश्वामित्र को उधर से आई. So there is no dearth of all these things. It will come. The question is, are you going to be in that yada sammarate chayam is the question. Yeah, okay. So krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibhramaha, and smriti bhramshat buddhi nashaha. Adi Shankara calls this buddhi nashaha means what, you know? Purushartha nishchaya ayogyata. I am incapacitated to decide the right purushartha for myself. That means my aviveki, avipaschitaha. Aviveki, my viveka is gone. It is like a person after 10th drink. How will that mind be? Gone. Completely lured off. It is not in his control. Are we able to get that? Like that, that mind will become. Vishaya will take it up to that. So you should know where to stop it. If you don't stop it, nip it at the bud. This is the natural end of it. And that is why Adi Shankara says, once it starts, how you will fall, you will know. Because buddhinashat pranashyati, there is no use of you living like a human being. You will be like an animal. Instinctive, uncultured. Getting it? We see in good attire, in our offices, in our society, how many uncultured people are there. From dharma perspective, forget jnanam, basic dharma perspective, aren't there many uncultured people? We see it. Just ready, cutthroat competition. That word itself is right. Cut the throat. Don't keep that person alive. That is called cutthroat competition. Huh? Dharmika or adharmika. Everyone is in cutthroat competition. Why? Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha. Not only that, some person, some CEO, someone makes a goal. I have not made that goal. And for that monthly salary, I have to run for his goal. 2-3 साल के बाद वो गोल बजा के वो निकल जाएगा. And I am still here only. Without any growth. Material growth भी नहीं, inner growth भी नहीं. Think. इनका गोल का पीछे हम गोल मारते रहते हैं, हमारा गोल बचते रहता है. 40 years go that way. 40 years of our life goes that way. Isn't it worth thinking at a more point of time, what are we doing? And that becomes a habit then. How can it change after retirement? Suddenly one day everything will change or what? Nothing. You will continue to do that without, because I'm used to being a gulam, I will continue to be a gulam. Driven by someone. I'm incapacitated to drive what I want. Right or wrong? Think. So, that is what is called buddhinashat pranashyati. Purushartha ayogyata. In short, given a choice, Adi Shankara will say you are an insult to this breed called human being. They use very, very sharp words so that we understand what we are talking, what they are talking and why they are saying it that way. So, tamacha marne ka barabar rehta hai, sometimes these words are, and that is true. Then he says, Raga Dvesha Viyuktaistu Vishayan Indriyesh. My Raga Dvesha will take to that Vishaya, it will keep on going there only. Atma Vasher Videyatma Prasadam Adhigachati. Now he turns and says, if you consider whatever is at Prasada Bhavana, If you are sitting established in the Atma, nothing of this will work. कितना भी वो तांडव नृत्य करने दो विषय, this state is called what nirbijatvam, they say. If I take certain seeds, roast it, you put it in any fertile soil, will it germinate? Like that, my desire should get roasted during my sadhana. Is it clear? Are we able to understand what it is? So in this situation, you have to only protect yourself from coming down, because you have put a lot of effort to go up, which is true for us also. If you have gone little in the spiritual, this maintaining that and growing ahead is tougher. More effort is required, right? So that we have to be very careful, right? Keep this in the mind and think over it for 1 week. Then it will germinate. If not anything, only this dhyayato vishayan pumsaha up to buddhi nashat pranashyati. And if you are able to correlate this particular one to whatever is happening, small events in your life where you feel helpless, then it has started working. You will find out a solution for yourself. How did I become a slave of this? How did I become a slave of? It will start working. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Okay. Hari Om Shivaratri.
Shivaratri, sir. Thank you.
धन्यवाद.